Okay, let's dive in. Picture this. A courtroom, it's absolutely packed. And there's this pin drop silence, you know?
The kind where every little sound is amplified.
Exactly. Then the door opens, and in walks Jasmine Crockett, the White House press secretary. But she's not there to talk.
No, she's just there with this intense presence, and she's not alone.
Right. Beside her is Bruno, a German shepherd, and he's got this visible scar, like he's seen some action.
Definitely adds to the drama. It signals right away this isn't just some standard espionage trial we're looking at. The sources hint it's, well, bigger.
Much bigger. And the reaction in the room, as you said, it's immediate. That hush falls.
Yeah, amplifying everything, a cough, papers rustling. All eyes are locked on Jasmine and Bruno.
Even the defendant, Victor Grayson, this former Pentagon official, the details suggest he can't quite hide a flicker of reaction, maybe unease.
Definitely unease. And Bruno, the dog, he seems completely zeroed in on Grayson.
Yeah.
Just staring.
It's quite a picture, that unwavering gaze. It feels thick with things left unsaid, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's more than just quiet. The materials really paint this picture of palpable tension. In that specific courtroom, 7B.
You've got seasoned journalists, people who've seen it all, just frozen, cameras fixed.
And there's this strange undercurrent, isn't there? Among the powerful people in the room, officials, insiders. They seem almost diminished by what's happening.
Yeah, like the usual power dynamics are just suspended. And Grayson's defense team.
Utterly lost, it seems. The details imply they're just bewildered. How do you even prepare to cross-examine a dog, right?
Right. It's not in the legal playbook. And inside Grayson's head, the sources give us a glimpse there, too.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like his mind is racing, memories flooding back secret meetings, maybe with Chinese agents, compromised information.
The weight of it all. And Jasmine and Bruno showing up seems to be the trigger, pushing all those hidden betrayals right to the surface.
So that silence isn't empty.
Yeah.
It's charged, expectant, like waiting for a storm to break.
And then, just as it feels like something has to give,
Judge Harper calls for an adjournment, unexpectedly.
which just leaves everyone hanging, right? And it leads to this next scene out in the corridor. Still that weird, heavy silence.
Almost eerie. And Jasmine, the info suggests, is still completely focused on Bruno, just watching him.
Then her mother, Helen, arrives, and you can see the worry on her face. She senses something's off, something deeper is going on.
But Jasmine doesn't say anything. It's described as this moment of, like, silent communication between her and Bruno. As if the dog is picking up on something none of the humans can see.
An unseen force, maybe. It's very intuitive.
And Bruno's stance is protective. The material emphasizes that, while Jasmine seems internally composed, ready for whatever comes next.
Helen's worry really grounds it, though, makes it feel human amidst all this high-stakes strangeness.
It does. It underscores that this is more than just legal maneuvering. There's something primal at play, especially with Bruno.
Then enter the FBI. Agent Ethan Brooks.
Ah, yes. The seasoned pro. He's handled espionage cases before. This isn't new territory for him in general.
But even he is struck by Bruno. The information we have says he actually comments on it to Judge Harper.
What does he say?
Something like, he's never seen a reaction like that from a dog, not even in other sensitive cases he's worked.
Wow. Okay, so that confirms it's not just, a dog being a dog. It's significant.
Highly significant. Brooks seems to have sharp instincts. He apparently sees Bruno's behavior not as random, but as purposeful,
Yeah.
a deliberate response.
Right, and that's a turning point, isn't it? The initial confusion starts shifting towards suspicion, a sense that the truth, whatever it is starting to claw its way out.
The pieces are starting to connect, even if the full picture isn't clear yet.
So they go back into the courtroom after the recess.
And the vibe has changed again. It's described as heavy, maybe even ominous. That earlier tension is back, but amplified.
And Grayson, how's he holding up?
Not well. His composure is visibly cracking. The details mention he's less steady, maybe even trembling a bit.
Understandable, I suppose.
And Bruno.
Still locked onto Grayson, intense focus, unwavering. And then the judge drops the bombshell.
Out of nowhere, it seems. Judge Harper just asks him directly, Mr. Victor Grayson, can you account for this listening device?
Whoa. Just like that, no preamble.
Apparently so. And the impact is immediate, according to the sources. Grayson looks completely shocked. Trapped.
That's the moment then. The carefully built walls start to crumble. All eyes on him.
Waiting for an explanation he just doesn't have. You can feel the truth bubbling up.
And then Jasmine makes her move.
But it's subtle. So subtle. Just 3 taps on the table beside her. Almost imperceptible.
But not to Bruno.
Not to Bruno. For him, it's a clear command. His reaction is instant. and forceful.
What do they do?
Material says he lunges towards Grayson's table with surprising speed and, well, force.
Okay, so chaos erupts, I imagine.
Panic ripples through, security moves in, but Bruno is just driven, laser-focused on that spot near Grayson.
And Agent Brooks, he's right there in the mix.
He acts fast, very purposeful. While everyone else is reacting to the dog, Brooks immediately checks the area under Grayson's table.
Smart. Looking where Bruno was headed.
Exactly. And that's when he finds it. A small, operational listening device tucked under the carpet.
There it is. The smoking gun. Or, well, the listening device.
Precisely. Undeniable proof. The whole atmosphere shifts again. Stunned disbelief, the evidence is right there.
And Grayson. What can he possibly say?
Nothing. The sources emphasize he's utterly speechless, cannot offer any explanation at all.
And Judge Harper.
Calm, composed, but decisive. Recognizes the significance immediately. It's a major turning point.
You can imagine the feeling in the room. Everyone realizing that Grayson's fate is pretty much sealed at this point.
Irrevocably changed. Agent Brooks presents the device, the confirmation, and this heavy silence falls.
The kind of silence that's louder than noise. Grayson's defeat must have been total. The facade just gone.
Completely. Then Judge Harper bangs the gavel, quietly acknowledges that things have taken an irreversible turn.
And Bruno, still there.
Still there, like the silent, living confirmation of the truth that's just been exposed.
Powerful imagery, leading to the confession.
It culminates in that moment. Grayson, totally broken, just manages to say, I confess.
Just like that. Wow. The shock in the room must have been immense.
You bet. Judge Harper immediately orders another adjournment, calls for a full sweep and inspection of the courtroom.
Understandable. Who knows what else might be there.
Right. And the silence that follows is described as, well, the source uses the phrase, smoldering wrath of justice.
Intense. What about Jasmine's reaction to the confession?
Almost detached, according to the information. She looks at Grayson, but it's described as a cold evaluation. Like, for her, this isn't about emotion, it's about facts. Truth and fairness.
Justice served, but maybe not the end of the story for her.
Seems that way. Grayson is eventually sentenced for treason, a heavy charge. But Jasmine's demeanor suggests this is just one battle won.
She knows there are others still out there, the ones pulling the strings behind Grayson.
That's the implication. The fight against those still in the shadows has just begun. And the FBI reopening the investigation into the names on Grayson's list points that way too.
A much bigger conspiracy.
Looks like it. Afterwards, there's this quiet moment described between Jasmine and Bruno.
No big celebration.
No, just this silent acknowledgement. Recognition of Bruno's loyalty, his incredible instincts. Jasmine apparently sees him as this invisible pillar of justice.
A fitting description. He really was key.
Then she faces the cameras, delivers this message about silence, patience, persistence in finding the truth.
A powerful statement after everything that happened.
And the final image, the text on screen. Justice doesn't always bark. Sometimes it just watches and waits.
That sums it up perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A reminder that truth can emerge from quiet observation, not just loud confrontation.
So wrapping this up, you've just had a deep dive into a really unique courtroom situation. Bruno, the German Shepherd, playing this absolutely pivotal, almost uncanny role.
Alongside Jasmine Crockett, of course. Her composure and that subtle signal were crucial.
Right. Together, they uncovered this hidden betrayal. That listening device. Bruno's reaction. It all led straight to Grayson cracking, confessing. It's hopefully a focused way for you to understand a pretty complex event.
And what really stands out is how these tiny details, the 3 taps, the dog's focus, could unravel something so significant. Bruno's instincts kind of bypassed all the usual legal defenses.
Yeah, cut right through the deception. An unexpected route to the truth.
Definitely.
Which brings us to a final thought for you, the listener. Think about it. What other quiet signals, what overlooked details might be revealing hidden truths out there right now?
Is justice always loud and dramatic?
Mm-hmm.
Or, like we saw here, can it sometimes be found in the quiet watchfulness of those who notice what others miss? Something to ponder.